picture, and in fact I'd been busy sloshing a firm jet of pee at a supersized image of a pair of square glasses, behind which were two distinctive dark eyes, opal black, a rim of red round the pupils, both cased in a stark, off-white slip. It was the President's face. Oh, shit. Not good at all. I felt this immediate lung-drained panic of having done something very wrong, very bad. I quickly pulled back and hopped on the bike, racing off round the front again. I didn't think anyone saw me. It didn't feel as if anyone did. But you never can be sure. For several seconds I kept expecting an angry, swarming mob to come charging after me. But no one did. I decided to play it cool, to hang around for a bit, launch a fresh attack as if nothing had happened. I swooped through the passage again before curving off, braking and grazing my tyres across the loose red soil. Again the sheets of dust furled, but even the nannies had given up chasing me now, resigned to the heat and their quiet fury at this cheeky white boy. Their shouting and cussing, threatening to march off to call a cop, send the war vet militias after me, all came to nothing, and they knew it as well as I did, that this was their bitch-bad lot of a stinking hot afternoon. In the leafy northern suburbs, the white kid was king. In a way, I was disappointed my antics hadn't caused more of a stir. It was a flat anti-climax. I craved the high drama of inciting the locals, longing for their animated histrionics to serve as a counterpoint to my own tame suburban background. It had the promise of being thrillingly entertaining. At the same time, an older part of me knew this brand of shit-stirring was bordering on becoming distasteful anyway, a touch pathetic. I pulled away from the grime and the groans and started to make my way up Alice Smith Road, slugging hard at the pedals as I began to climb the hill. Sweat sluiced my baked brow, the nearly hairless hollow of my armpits. I rocked on the bike to build a rhythm, but my legs gave in. Failing me 3/4 the way up, I stopped, panting. I slid off the saddle and began to wheel the bike next to me. It was hot as hell. I noticed 3 men slink into focus behind me. 2 were tall, lanky, swaggering. The third was shorter, stockier, strolling with a smug rocking movement as if wired into some hip inner vibe. They wore blue workman's overalls, the same bog-standard design you saw everywhere about town. They might have been working somewhere in the neighbourhood, installers, contractors, or craftsmen. But to me they were just this formless trio loping over my shoulder, an irregular moving mass. They'd been at the bottle store, carrying scuds of chibuku in boxed blue and white tubular cartons, which they raised to their lips, then steadied with both hands as they drank. Had they seen me pissing on the President? Were they coming after me? I kept thinking I was going to be clapped to hell and dumped in a ditch. When I glanced back, I caught the rhubarb dark eye of the shorter man, and a silent, intense scorn narrowed in towards me. They were getting closer, faster than I was, lazy and spent, pushing a bike up the nape of a hill. They were closing in on me all the time. I wouldn't let them pass me. A tug deep within told me I couldn't, not once I'd met that pair of stark, angry eyes. I needed to get away. The hot silence between us told me very clearly. When they were just a few feet behind me and I could almost feel their hot beer breaths on the back of my neck, I reached the summit of the hill and, in a flash, was on my bike again, gliding down with glorious triumph, freewheeling at a speed that was so foolhardy, a gangly wobble crept into my front tyre. I was home now, with some relief. I applied pressure to the brakes as I arched into our driveway. Number 11, Alice Smith Road. My arrival disturbed something. There was a moving lump in the thick shrub beside the wall, and a strange new fright overcame me as I stared wide-eyed into all that mottled darkness. Something was about to jump out, pounce on me. But deep in the olive brown, I traced the outline of a ginger cat, a stray crouched down, its sharp ears erect at my arrival. I considered flushing it from its den, chasing it, but it had already outthought me and was scaling the wall, sliding its fat belly over the ledge into our garden where it cantered away in a heartbeat. "Frickin' cat," I said.